Well, hello, everybody. So, I have a question for you. How many times have you been asked, or have you asked people to refer your business to others, to refer clients to you? Or how many times have you been asked for a recommendation, or have you asked for a recommendation for a copywriter or a lawyer, a VA, etc.? Well, if you are looking to grow your business, you need two things. One, you need clients, more clients, and two, you need support from team members. But the question becomes, okay, well, where do I find more clients, Carissa? And also, where do I find some team members? Where do I find my squad? And I'll tell you that the fastest way to grow your business and to find new clients, to find your squad of team members, etc., is through community groups. And today, I really want to talk to you about why a community is truly the secret for your business growth. Okay. Well, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Carissa Begonia. I am a business coach for BIPOC entrepreneurs, a LinkedIn expert, and top voice. I'm a second generation Filipino American daughter of immigrants, the first and only in my family to start my own business. And I really believe that entrepreneurship is the path to equity and that life design is liberation. And at Conscious Exchange, we're creating this ecosystem of BIPOC entrepreneurs who have the same shared mission of achieving time, location, financial, and occupational freedom. And this is not just for themselves, but also for their families and their communities. So I want to thank you all for joining me today on Wisdom and Wellness, where generally my besties will come join me, or I will share with you just some practical and mindset tips around questions that I'm commonly asked when it comes to running a business. So if you have any questions for me and you want to share some love or just say hi, please feel free to do so in the comments, and I will get back to you. Okay. So let's get into things. Last night, I hosted an in-person event. It was a networking event for social good in Las Vegas. And where this kind of sparked or came out of was I've been meeting a lot of new people lately, in all sorts of circles of my life, whether that's in entrepreneurship, in like Asian communities, in my rock climbing community, etc. And it was a resounding, this one same kind of comment would come up when I asked, like, hey, like, what do you do here? And, what kind of communities or what groups are you a part of? Because I'm always looking to meet new people. I'm very much an extrovert. And just to find myself in spaces with like-minded, values-aligned people. And the resounding answer was, I don't know, Carissa, I have like two friends. I'm like, what? Because here I am having these conversations with an amazing person. We're chatting for 2-3 hours, right? And each one of these folks tell me, yeah, I know I have like 2 or 3 close friends here. And this is from folks who have been longtime locals of Las Vegas and grown up here, or new folks who have been who've just been kind of migrating over. It is a very transient city, but so we get new people in here all the time. And so it didn't really matter how long you have stayed in Vegas. The resounding kind of comment was, I just don't know a lot of people. And I dug into this and thought about this anymore. And after just honestly, too many times, 5 to 10 times, I got the same answer in terms of where do you go for friends to meet friends and make friends, meet people. It was, I don't know. And so, my brain is going and saying, hey, why don't you create something to bring all these twosies together? Because with that, you'll start to, 2 becomes 10, right? 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 100. So that's what I did last night. I brought people together and, I saw laughing and smiling. There was crying involved. People were thinking through ideas, whether that was for their business or how to create, more community and events for our local community and support just causes that we really believe in. And that just made me smile. Just looking in the room, how when you can bring it could be strangers together, but people can act, people can do things when they're together, right? And one of the feedback I often get when I host events like this isn't my first rodeo. I do a lot of events. If you come to my events more virtually, it has been one of the ones I've done in person this time. But the feedback I often get is, I know when you're hosting something, Carissa, when you host an event that I'm just gonna like the people there. And that warms my heart so much because, yeah, I think I do a good job of curating pretty badass, but also very heart-centered folks. And that was just more proof to me last night that these strangers that come from different walks of my life, from different circles of my life, could gel so quickly and easily. And I really believe that when it comes to networking events, when it comes to building community, it's not about just shared interests, right? It's not about even making friends with colleagues, coworkers. Um, it's really about sharing those values and the deeper reason, your deeper whys of why you do what you do, right? And the causes you believe in. We often are networking, the way these different networking events are set up are to qualify people in by what we do, right? By the job we have, the title we have, where we work, our places of employment, and we judge each other on that, right? And then the other way we do it, maybe in terms of finding communities through life's like fun activities, right? Maybe we're all into pickleball, right? Or maybe for me, like rock climbing, it's just more social activities. We want to go grab a drink or so. And truly, what I believe again keeps people together, creates longer lasting friendships, is when you have that shared value, right? For me, what I deeply believe in is creating more equity in the world. So a lot of my work centers around racial equity in particular. I work primarily with BIPOC entrepreneurs, right? And so when you can find that values alignment, last night my event was around community and equity, right? And that's why I think it was so easy for people to relate and to get together and and just have conversations and start taking action immediately. Now, when you think about the alternative and you go to a networking event where, again, it's about your industry, it's about work, or play even, how deep do those relationships, like those conversations get? And how far do they go? How long do they last? I bet you not so long, because truly to me, deeper conversations will lead to deeper connections. And that's where magic is made. Yet the way we do internet networking, so many ways networking is set up these days, is to qualify things based on, again, work or play, right? Instead of doing good. So I like to switch that on your heads and think about where can you find people who share the values that you share? How do you have conversations with each other that are deeper than just what's the weather or talking about your work in general, right? So with that, one, finding and just approaching your networking or your relationship building from a place of how can I get to know someone's values, what they deeply care about and believe in, rather than just what they do for fun or for work. All right. Now, once we have that baseline of what are we even looking for, what are we looking to join, um, then it's about going out and finding some of those communities. And again, why I think community is so important is because how quickly now our work that we do care about can move forward. So as obviously as entrepreneurs, we want to make money, right? We want to grow our businesses. We want to go from solopreneurship to to um, to having a full company, right, with employees and etc. And so how do we do that? Well, again, one, you need clients, and then two, you need team members to help sustain that growth. And so where do you find that? So when you are looking for those community spaces and values alignment, then you can start to do these more transactional things like talking about business, right? How do we partner? How do we collaborate on something? Are you someone I want to hire? Are you someone who we could work together, or like you want to hire me, you know? And so let's talk more so about why that is a benefit for clients. I mean, this one's the obvious one, right? So many of y'all come to me with saying like most of my business is done off referrals. Yeah, and that's done really quickly, right? You might be signing deals on referrals within the week, right? Or if you're trying to get your foot in the door into an organization as a B2B service provider, right? That the lead time on that can take 6 months. Sometimes that can be expedited, or you even get a shot at it because someone has introduced you, made an introduction to somebody already inside that organization, right? So I think this one is obvious. We all know that when you know people, that your network is your net worth, right? So when you can find each other and get access to different organizations, to potential clients, get connections to people who need your service, that one-on-one connection or that referral connection is the fastest way to growing your client base. Now let's talk about number two, though, which sometimes doesn't seem as obvious. We definitely, a lot of us have this intention of going into different Facebook groups, again, different community circles, et cetera, networking events with the idea of doing business. But we don't often go in there with the same idea of finding team members. And I'll tell you, that one is just as hard, if not harder, to find the right people, especially when you're going from solopreneurship into like building your company, right, with employees and such. You're now taking your business baby and trusting that with another person or many other people. And so you really want to like the people you're hiring. You want to trust that they're going to do as good of a job and put quality into what you're doing, right? And what you've spent all this blood, sweat, energy, et cetera, to building. And so how do you find those values aligned team members who also, by the way, need to have skill set that you align with, maybe an aesthetic or design kind of eye that is similar to yours or that you like, right? And also that you get along with, right? Personality wise. So there's so many things to consider when you are starting to hire team members. And that becomes sometimes a barrier to your business growth. Because one, where do I even find them to begin with? And then two, I now have to qualify them for these different things. And again, I really think that when you're part of different community groups or associations, Facebook groups, etc., that those are the ways in which you're going to expedite that process of finding your squad, finding your team members, right? If they're already values aligned, great. We checked off that you're on mission with me. We probably hopefully also checked up personality wise. It's a good fit, right? And then three, now we just got to look at, okay, skill set, quality and style, right? And so it just makes it easier than say going into things like Upwork or Fiverr when there's just thousands of options and you can't tell the difference between this person and this person, right? You're just vetting. And hey, one thing I do know about entrepreneurs, especially when you start starting out growing your business, you don't have time to figure out interview all these people, right? So if someone can curate it for me, or if you can curate it for yourself, and quickly, that's going to be a faster path for you to now finding the right team, like members who can help you grow your business. So that's my 2 cents on the fastest way, again, to grow your business, to find more clients, to find new team members. And I will tell you that the most important thing that you want to vet for when you are starting to go now into these different groups, finding your squad, is to look for that values alignment. Making sure that, yeah, you are on that same kind of mission and want to create this movement together. So I know that is easier said than done. That's again, there was a reason why so many people out there are saying, "Hey, Chris, I have 2 friends. I don't know where to find new clients. I don't know where to find community or team members." And so I got you. I understand. I have created a community to solve for this loneliness epidemic, or at least this loneliness in business, and also allowing you to help you find your people. Right? We cannot grow our businesses, even as solopreneurs in the beginning, alone. There's so much to still to know and learn, much less do, and don't make it so hard for yourself. But I know, again, easier said than done. So I would love to introduce you all to the Exchange. Right? It's my business community curated specifically for BIPOC coaches, consultants, and online service providers. And where being the first and the only and the other is our common denominator, right? Freedom, empowerment, impact through entrepreneurship is our common goal. And I really created this because I know I work with a ton of pioneers, a ton of BIPOC entrepreneurs who are the first and only in their family or among their friends to start their own business. And this can be both a rough and lonely journey, but it doesn't have to be. So with the Exchange, you get weekly coaching, you get a sounding board to be able to provide guidance for you when you're on those just most pressing questions that you have for the week. You get guest experts who, can teach you. I can't teach you everything, but my friends can. So if you're looking for legal advice, advice on money management or money mindset, copywriters, help with marketing strategies, etc. And those are bunch of my friends are coming into the community to be able to help give you some of that guidance, provide advice. We'll do networking and social events. And I say these are two different things because while if you've come to some of my social events, you know that I don't really like talking about business first. I don't want to qualify us by what we do and where we work. I'm much more interested in knowing who you are as a human. And as entrepreneurs, we got to pitch ourselves, right? So we'll have both opportunities for social events just to get to know each other and build our relationship, build friendships. Building friendships is faster path to doing business than the other way around. And it is important as business owners to be able to, again, practice our pitches, if not actually pitch to each other, so we can find, again, the help that we're looking for, the support team. We'll also get features and access to a directory of BIPOC entrepreneurs. So you will be featured if you're part of the community, and as well as you can access the directory to find, again, people who can join your team. And then additional just resources and lessons to continue your growth and your own learning. All right. So if that is interesting to you, if you're like, Carissa, thank you for doing the work for me. I like the people you surround yourself with, and I feel like I can trust at least that as a starting point, then I would love to have you join the exchange. The link is in the comments if you want to join me. We're currently offering a promotion for the Thanksgiving season. It's 3 months of membership for the price of one. So if you're looking for your people you actually like, people you want to be friends with, to do business with, who look like you, who just get it, then come join me in the exchange. I'll see you inside, and let's go build our liberatory futures together. Bye.